Our special guest today is Debra Peek-Haynes. She's written a book entitled Healthy Living. And look, I qualify for this, The Beginner's Guide to Healthy Living. And she is the First Lady of Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas. Her husband is Dr. Frederick Haynes. And Debra, we're so excited that you're here.
Welcome. Well, I appreciate you having me today.
Well, I want to find out what all you're going to cook. But before you start cooking, tell us about some of your story, because you've been through a long journey.
Yes.
But God has been faithful to help you.
Yes.
And I know a lot of viewers are going to be able to relate to what you have to share today.
Well, when my husband and I started, to try working on having a family, I found out that I was having some major issues. My cycle had stopped. I'd gone to 5 different physicians, and all of them said I had less than 5% chance of ever getting pregnant. But I knew God had an answer for me. So I kept searching, and through a series of events, I found a holistic MD who, first of all, helped me change my mind, change my diet, and put me on a path of healing.
Now, there's not very many holistic MDs. That's a very rare thing, because most doctors, even though they mean well and they're good, they're not taught a lot about nutrition, are they?
Yes, but there are some that are now looking at furthering their education to learn more about nutrition, because what we eat has a lot to do with our health.
So doctor number 6, what did he advise you to do?
She,
good. Good, that's even better.
Yes, well, first of all, I had to change her mind. She told me, because I was told that I was in premature menopause. She said, well, stop telling yourself that. That was number 1. She said, what is your purpose in life? She said, you need to figure that out, because that has a lot to do with everything.
Oh, wow.
And you have to change your diet, because I was nutritionally deficient. I had to do a cleanse, and then she said, we're going to build you up. So when I started her program, I had to read a book list, because that helped me learn about my body and my emotions. And then once going on her program, within 2 months, my cycle started. Within a year, I was pregnant. Had a very healthy pregnancy.
All right, and what's that baby that I guess is grown up some now, but...
Yes, she's 21 years old. She's a junior in college, Albany Jewel.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Yes. Okay, well, I see a lot of things here.
Yes,
You're going to see a lot of things that Rebecca uses when she cooks, but tell us, what are we going to do over here?
Right now, I'm going to put in these are greens. You can actually use this recipe for most of your greens.
Okay.
But I'm going to use collards. It's very important to boil the water first, put in your onions, your peppers, whatever your seasoning is. Sometimes I put in garlic. These are my collards that I shredded.
Okay.
And this doesn't take very long.
If you wash them first?
I wash them first, and I shred them. And also, what I do is I just roll them, and then I just cut like this, so it doesn't take very long.
Okay.
And usually 1 bunch feeds 2 people. That's my rule of thumb.
Okay, so does the rolling make it easier to cut?
Yes, it does. It does, and have a sharp knife. And so this is maybe about 2 tablespoons of safflower oil, because it makes a consistency closer to people using salt pork.
Say that again. What kind of oil?
Safflower oil.
Yeah.
Or avocado oil works, and sesame seed oil works very well.
Okay.
So we got to anoint these collard greens.
Yes. No canola oil. Canola oil can be very toxic.
Yeah.
Then I use sea salt, because sea salt still has minerals intact. This is Himalayan, which is a really high quality sea salt.
Okay.
And then white pepper. Black pepper tends to get stuck in the system.
I never heard of white pepper.
White pepper is very good. Also, you can use, coconut oil, because it can take high heat. And you can bake with coconut oil.
And I know coconut oil is good for your brain, amongst other things.
And your skin and everything. And so we just stir this up.
Come over and see if you can smell it.
Oh, yes, I like that.
And we love greens, by the way.
And you only cook these
so you don't have to cook them in bacon grease, and they still taste good.
They taste very good.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even want to smell the bacon anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, if we were to call Dr. Haynes right now, would he say he likes this?
Yes, he would.
He would?
All
okay.
right.
I'm telling you the truth.
So what about the chicken broth?
Now, if you want to add some more flavor, you can use chicken. This is a vegetarian chicken broth. It's very good. I use it for my soups. I use it for my greens.
Now, wait a second. I'm getting confused. I didn't think a chicken was a vegetable. How do you get a vegetarian chicken oil?
Because God is so awesome.
Chicken broth.
He's created so many vegetables that have a wonderful flavor. If you combine them right, you get the flavors that you're looking for.
Okay, and then is that something Silver Shield?
This I always say, make sure you sanitize, and I sanitize my hands with this.
Okay.
It's much better than regular
That's
antibiotic.
important while you're cooking.
Yes,
okay.
always.
All right, so
Wash
how
your
long
hands.
before this will be ready?
Okay, in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and then over here I
Are you
have...
going to want to taste it?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to know, if you're going to want to taste.
I'm
just to
down
do
for
this.
that.
Now this is a really quick stir fry. You can actually add fish to this or chicken, organic please. And I just add my peppers. Just throw it in here. And most people don't have a lot of time, and this doesn't take a lot of time. And you can add cabbage.
It looks like raw cashews.
Raw cashews. Okay, and the other thing that you want to do, this is a wonderful product. My holistic doctor, Dr. Pookrum, told me about this. And what this does is help with your digestion, and you use it to thicken your sauces and puddings or whatever.
Okay, and
so you don't need cornstarch. It's kuzu.
Kuzu root starch.
It's a Japanese root.
Okay, how many of you have ever eaten kuzu? Let me see your hand.
I have not
Come on,
heard of
I
that.
see you there in that kitchen. Hold that hand up.
Wait, what are you putting here now?
And this is parsley, some organic parsley.
Okay.
You can use garlic, pure garlic, or actually the clove and crush it. But for the purposes of our time, I'm just throwing this all in here. So you see this is very quick.
And that's your raw
cashews, that's your protein.
Okay.
And then I love this product, Amino Acids by Bragg.
Yes.
And this has a salty taste without a lot of sodium.
It's very good for you.
Yes, it's very good for you.
Yeah.
Amino acids is building blocks for protein.
Okay, now I need to learn about this because I guess I inherited it from my dad and I passed it down to our daughter. I put salt on everything and I probably put too much.
Yes, you do.
So I can get this right here.
Yes, instead of salt. Or you can use a little sea salt and that in conjunction with it.
We have sea salt and we have this.
We do?
At home, yes.
Well, you never told me to spray it.
Well, I don't know. I think I have told you about it, but I don't know if you realize you could use it.
I might have had the man disease and wasn't paying attention.
You know, men think a little differently.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Deborah.
Yes.
I'll sit over there with her.
Yes.
Okay.
And the older I get, the more I find out how different it is, right?
Oh, Jesus, right. Well, thank God we celebrate the differences.
Now, this is a kuzu dissolved in water.
In water, okay.
And then...
And how much kuzu did you use?
It's about a tablespoon. I put a little, maybe about a cup, a little over a cup.
Could you use that for your gravies and stuff too?
Yes,
to
you can thicken, yes, whatever you need to thicken. And when it turns clear, you know it's ready.
Oh, okay.
And then you could just season this.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything in there but that, so I might put a little bit of my pepper. It just depends on your palate.
And you could put some, like, I guess, organic chicken or fish in this stir fry as well?
Yes. Now, I just use my cashews.
Yeah.
And some people use, tofu.
Yeah.
And just lightly for your husband's purposes.
Okay, now I've heard of tofu, but what is that exactly?
Oh, it's actually a fermented soy.
Okay.
Do we need to turn it up a little bit?
Yeah, and you really want to make sure that you're using organic because they do so many things with soybeans now you don't want regular. And our greens are just about ready over here.
Oh, those look great.
You know, we don't have any little tasting item. We need a little plate or something.
Oh my goodness.
How about a fork?
Do what? They're
A couple of forks.
All right, now Joni, tell Deborah what I would put on those greens.
You would put some pepper sauce.
Okay, I have that at home.
Like the green pepper
And I
sauce?
use the organic apple cider vinegar with the peppers.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're just healthy on everything, man.
Well, I'm not perfect,
but you know what? But Deborah, what I think the people need to understand, because I think a lot of people don't realize that you can do healthy and it still tastes good.
That's the main thing.
A lot of people don't realize that.
That's the main thing. First of all, you have to change your mind and then open your mind to different possibilities. I'm a foodie. I love food and I love good food. And I don't want to make myself sick eating it.
Yeah.
So I make sure I try to be as healthy as possible.
Okay.
Let me taste it before I give it to you to see if it's right. Because I don't want to give you the wrong thing, okay?
Has had enough time? All right. Deborah's giving it the good house. Okay.
Good housekeeping
little
seal
bit.
of approval.
A little more salt.
Lightly.
Okay.
And we're ready to go.
Okay. And if
Do you
you
like onions?
Yes, he loves
Since
onions.
women are good at multitasking and men aren't, I can ask Deborah this question while she's serving this. If you asked me, I couldn't talk and do serve at the same time. But so many of us have the challenges that we love white flour and white sugar. How do we get around that? What do we do as an alternative? Because white flour, white rice, white potatoes, white bread,
very bad for you.
sugar, all that's bad.
Work for him?
Yes.
Okay, white sugar is actually very addictive, and it's really like a drug because it can hook you. So I prefer using raw honey, raw sugar, turbinado. Coconut sugar is excellent. Agave.
Where do you get coconut sugar?
Health food stores have it.
Stevia.
Just stevia.
Yeah.
But for baking, I prefer to use a coconut sugar or a pure maple syrup, pure, and the raw sugar if I'm baking. So I'll combine the coconut sugar and the raw sugar when I'm baking.
That's
now,
really
white
good.
flour is very bad because it's like glue in your system.
Right. That's
Lord
good.
bless this in Jesus' name. And
Yes.
so raw sugar, and bless the hands who prepared it.
Yes, yes.
And raw sugar, that's from the health food store too?
Most grocery stores have raw sugar now.
And so what is the difference between raw sugar and most sugar
Because
that we
it's
eat?
not over-processed. White sugar is processed sugar. It's been stripped of all of its nutritional value. And raw sugar still has those minerals intact.
Okay. Well, can we let's show a picture. I'm going
that's really
to
good.
tilt that. Here's our stir fry. And
Yes.
she's putting some more
Braggs,
of the Braggs.
and you can do garlic and whatever else you like.
Yeah.
And it's ready for you to taste. Remember, your vegetables need to have a crunch. That means you
crunch.
still have vitamins intact.
Gotcha. Okay, honey.
So if they're soggy, you cooked all the minerals right out of them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, so we're eating, but we're not getting the benefit. And God made food to give us benefit. And so what I want people to know, that they can eat healthy, they can enjoy their food, and have vitality. And so instead of you wanting to go to sleep after you eat, you can have energy after you eat.
That's good. That's good because
Think about that.
that's what the Lord intended, was for food to make us healthy, not make us unhealthy,
Nourish.
and to
And
nourish
how many
us.
of us, and we eat lunch, we eat too much, and then we get so sleepy and lethargic in the afternoon.
You can't
Why
be productive.
is that happening to us, Deborah?
Well, first of all, we're probably toxic. We're not eliminating properly. And then we're eating too many processed foods. And so it's really just zapping our energy instead of revitalizing us, because that's what we're supposed to be about, being revitalized. We're believers. Don't we want to look good while we spread the word?
And feel good.
Yes.
Okay, and I like that about the energy, having energy.
Yes.
So,
And God really blessed me to learn so much. I want to share with other people that there's hope. Whatever illness you have, there is hope. You have to take control of yourself as your responsibility. And God is our doctor.
all right, I just thought of something funny I got to ask you.
Isn't that good, by the
Oh,
way?
it's very good. Your 21-year-old daughter, who is a product of all of this, does she believe in it?
You know, she's 21.
Well, that's
So
why I was asking.
she believes in half of it.
There she is.
And
There
she
she
calls
is.
me.
Oh, she's so pretty.
She calls me. She says, "Mommy." And so when she's sick, then she listens.
Yes.
And other times she listens sometimes.
And if she's going to college, is she in college?
She's in college. Yes.
Then that's not easy to eat
No.
healthy when you're
But
in
now she
college.
posts on Facebook her meals. And I said, make sure you
Oh.
have your vegetable. So now she has her vegetable always in her post.
That is so great. So
Yes.
her mama can keep up with her.
Yes.
Well, here is the book, Healthy Living.
The Beginner's Guide to
So
Healthy
this
Living.
has got all kind of recipes in here.
And more than that, there are tips, healthy tips on living in general, because living is holistic. It's about how we think, it's how we feel, it's how we eat.
Look at it, there's colored pictures in there. I always like to see pictures of the food. When I go to a restaurant, if the menu's got pictures, I'm always drawn to that, I guess because I'm visual.
Yes.
So a beginner, that means even, and Joni says men have the man disease. Like, Joni, I can't find this.
Right.
Where is it? It's
Right.
not here, Joni. Joni just come right in there and find it every time, and she'll say, you've got the man disease.
That happens in your house too.
It does. So if you have the man disease, are you still qualified to be able to do this?
A lot of men have used it and given me wonderful testimonies.
Oh, super.
It's really meant for anyone. I simplify it so you can begin, because you're not going to get healthier until you begin to walk on that path.
Okay, so Deborah, how can people get the book?
Well, they can go to Amazon. They could email me. I'll, help them get the copy, but it is available currently on Amazon.
All right, and what kind of feedback have you gotten from people that have read the book and have actually put it into practice?
Well, some people said they have lost weight. Some people have gotten healthier from their diabetes, from their elimination problems. They've helped their children. A woman in our church, her life was saved. She had 3 blocked arteries. From my seminar, she found out what to do.
Wow.
And had stents placed in her artery. She could have had a massive heart attack at any point, but God sent her to my event. She learned, she got what she needed, and now she is happy and healthy and has given me a wonderful testimony to share with others.
Well, let me just say this to you. We believe in healing. God is still a healer. But how much better if we just followed the Word of God and lived a healthy lifestyle, and we wouldn't have to be always looking for a miracle. And you think about it this way. How much would it be worth to you when you're coming down to the end of your life? How much would you give to live another week, another month, another year? You know, that's invaluable. Well, you do that by what you do now. What you do now is going to prolong your life then. At the end, there's nothing you can do about it. And then you think about ending up in a hospital, the incredible medical bills, the burden you are on your family, and people who get sugar diabetes, and they have to spend all kind of money on medicines. Mm-hmm. Some people end up having to have their toes or their foot or leg amputated. And when you get overweight, then you are susceptible to high blood pressure and heart attacks. I mean, a heart attack, boom, your life could be over prematurely. And you know, God put you on this earth for a reason. And if nothing else, if you'll think about your children and your grandchildren, that you want to live a long life so you can be an example to them, a godly example, and be a blessing to them in their life. You can't be a great example if you're not doing the things that you need to do. Amen. And you know, most of us don't know what to do, or we don't know how to do. And so Debra Peek-Haynes has written this book and has made it so simple that as it says, even for a beginner. So I encourage you to go and get the book. It'll be a blessing to you. And we've got another healthy tip right now, so let's watch this together and let's learn something from it. Amen.
Healthy ingredients create healthy meals. That's why it's important to avoid a toxic and unhealthy diet. To get the most nutrients out of your meals, try to avoid the following. White sugar suppresses your immune system. White flour lacks dietary fiber, and meats with hormones contain genetically altered additives.